What's up, YouTube? My name is Christian, and today I'm going to be talking about books. Well, today I'm going to be talking about a specific book. That book is called The Success Principles. Now, this book is basically a guide for how to get from where you are now to where you want to be. And even though I haven't finished the book, I'm pretty deep into it. I think I'm on principle 17, and I basically just want to talk about, my perspective on it. And if you guys like, what I'm saying and what I'm doing, then feel free to express your own opinions. This is my first ever book that I'm reading, and um, I honestly think it's a pretty good book. This was recommended to me by my cousin and was actually given to me by my cousin because I had issues of committing and I had a fear of failure. And he said to me, "What better way to get over that than to read this book?" So today I'm just going to be talking about the first five principles in the book. And I think these first five principles should be the foundation for you wanting to change your life, basically. So without further ado, let's get into it. Principle number one: take 100% responsibility for everything you do. That means the good sides and the bad sides, the ups and downs. And this doesn't have to be anything with social media or business or ways to make money. This can be all the way down to relationships. If you want the most healthiest and strongest relationship, you want to be responsible for that. But you also want to be responsible for the arguments that it takes to get there, the dedication that it takes to get there, and the communication and the money and all of that. You would have to be responsible and your partner for all of that. Now, obviously, you can't be responsible for every single thing. There's some things that you just cannot control in life, but there's also some things that you can control that probably led to what you can't control, like your habits, your reaction to what happened before, your decisions, everything like that. The second you stop blaming and start taking ownership for everything, you essentially have control of your life. Now, taking responsibility also means to eliminate all of the excuses that you create. Jack Canfield presents this formula called E plus R equals outcome. E is for event. So every event that happens in your life is supported by R, which is your response. So E stands for every single event that happens in your life. And that E is supported by R, which is the response to every event that happens in your life. And then you get your outcome. So, knowing this formula, Jack Canfield presents two scenarios using this formula. One is you can blame the event E for your lack of results O. So, let's say you're a student in the class and the teacher that you have, you don't like, you think everything that comes out of her mouth is gibberish and you just can't comprehend what she's saying. And let's say you always produce bad results on any given test or any given assignment. So then you go on to blame your teacher that she can't teach. So let's plug this into the formula. Your event is your teacher sucks. Your response is, yeah, I'm getting bad grades, but it's because of my teacher. Your outcome is you failed the class. But let's say there's a student that you're ranting and complaining this to, and she replies or he replies, oh, what? That teacher, I got an A every single time in her class. Every single paper I got in her class, I got an A. So that leaves you wondering, how come she's getting A's, but I'm getting not the results that I want? The response could have been keep asking the teacher questions on stuff that you don't understand. At the end of the day, you have to understand that this teacher has a degree in whatever she's talking about. So she has to know the information. So keep asking her questions about it if you don't understand, and eventually you'll understand. Football players myself, I probably blamed the turf or my cleats for slipping and falling, but my response should have been I should have just simply been more careful, or I should have better technique, or I need to practice that technique, maybe even on that turf so I don't fail next time. And while I'm slipping out of my break, the receiver on the other side of the field is getting out of his break smoothly. If the deciding factor was whatever you're complaining about and whatever was wrong, then nobody would be successful. And that's what Jack Canfield said as well. So to sum up the first principle, take 100% responsibility for all of your actions and don't let excuses hold you back, because the second that you start doubting everything, you're never going to be able to get no real progression because of what is holding you back, and that is yourself. Second principle is being clear on why you are here, basically knowing your purpose. You have to have a sense of direction on where you want to go and who you want to be in life. And if you're stuck on where you want to go and who you actually want to be or who you even are, just ask yourself, like, what are your intentions? What are your interests? What makes you want to go out there and just do it? And it doesn't have to be something that gives you life changing money. It's basically anything that you would do for free. Like, it could be just helping people. Maybe if you like driving, just racing or something. When you're clear on what you want to be and who you are, then those decisions on your career path or stuff like that, it'll come easier to you because you're passionate about it. You stop second guessing on what career path you choose, where that leads you to, because in all honesty, you would do it for free if you had the chance. Now, if you really can't think of just you just can't figure out your passion, like I couldn't figure out my passion at first. So I took this exercise that Jack Canfield put in this book, and it's called the life purpose exercise. So basically this exercise consists of 4 steps. The first step is to write down 2 unique qualities that you think you have about yourself or that other people have noticed about you. My 2 qualities that I wrote down was being articulate and emphatic. Articulate means to basically express your ideas, whatever, clearly, or you have like an interest in expressing yourself. And then emphatic is being basically like emotional intelligent, and you're able to read people easily, and maybe if someone is off or something, you'll be able to read that. Second step is list 1 or 2 ways that you like expressing or enjoy expressing your first 2 unique qualities that you put down. Like for me, I said to educate people. I like to, express my ideas to other people. Hopefully, if they're open minded, they're able to learn what I'm talking about. And then talking. For example, this is my first YouTube video, and I really didn't know what else to do. I mean, I could get a job, but, I'm in my room by myself. So I realized since I like talking anyways, I might as well just shoot a YouTube video and make a YouTube channel. So find something that you like to do and combine that with your 2 traits that you've listed, and you'll start to get an idea. Okay, so I'm going to explain the third step of how Jack Canfield explained it. Assume the world is perfect right now. What does this world look like? How is everyone interacting with everyone else? What does it feel like? Write your answer as a statement in the present tense, describing the ultimate condition, the perfect world as you see it and feel it. Remember, a perfect world is a fun place to be. Basically, you're going to use your 2 traits, whatever you chose, and implement that into what you think everyone would basically be doing in that world. So, for an example, everyone is freely expressing their own unique talents, everyone is working in harmony, everyone is expressing love. So after you made your perfect world, you want to combine the last 3 steps you did and make it into one big paragraph. For example, what I did was my purpose is to be articulate and emphatic, to educate and talk to others, to be happy with others, success, and work hard for what they want to better one's life. Now, the third principle is to decide what you actually want. I think this goes hand to hand with the last principle we talked about, And basically, this means don't let others influence on where you actually want to go in life and what your passion is. And also deciding what you want, it can be a little general or broad. There's a couple examples of when you're deciding what you want, what that could be. Like, let's say you want to start a business, you want to be your own boss. Then when you start that business, you want to be like, I want to make $5,000 by the end of the year. Or if you want to be fit, you'll basically say, I want to be in the best shape of my life by the end of the year. Being direct and specific turns your goals into targets. And once you have that all figured out, you subconsciously find ways to make that goal possible. Now, principle number 4 is believe it's possible. Now, I really like this principle because even though it's probably the easiest to understand, it's easier said than done, it is the hardest to actually do and subconsciously do. Now, one saying Jack Canfield wrote was, you get what you expect. Now, this basically means whatever doubts you have in your mind, if it's all negative, you can't expect to get a positive outcome out of that. Your mentality is one of the most important things to keep you successful or to get you to be to where you want to be. Let's say you're getting ready for your football game and you're going against the best team in the state, like Grambling versus Ohio State. And you go in there thinking, oh man, like, I mean, it's G's, I'm just gonna go out there, have fun. I obviously we're gonna lose. I'm not gonna do that good because I'm going against the number one receiver in the nation. Obviously that's gonna happen. Maybe it would have happened either way, but it's definitely going to happen now because that is what you're thinking. So that is what you're going to get. Believing is not wishful thinking. Once you're passionate and you have belief in something, you'll already have the motivation to push harder or to study harder or to learn more about that topic because you want to thrive in it and you want to be successful in it. And if you believe in it, you're going to want to make that possible. And if people think something is impossible, they won't even try. And if you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen for you. Nothing positive is going to happen to you if you don't take action. Now, the final principle I will be talking about today is principle 5. Believe in yourself. Once you believe that your goals are possible, Jack Canfield basically says that you need to also believe that you're capable of achieving them. And obviously, you're going to keep being confident by just being consistent and proving to yourself day by day that you are capable of achieving whatever it is you think you want to do. So, anyways, that's my take on the first 5 principles in the book, The Success Principles. If you liked how I said it or what I said or how I could explain it better, please tell me. Anyways, I think that applying this to your life will send you onto a better path, more mentally than physically. But one thing I would say is that when you're successful, you're probably mentally strong. So take responsibility, know your purpose, be clear on what you want, believe in yourself, and build your confidence every single day. If you like this little summary and you want to hear more of it, please show support and subscribe. But with all that being said, peace.